Growing up, I had various ideas of what I wanted to do when I grew up. The basic plan was to be a teacher on the weekdays and the ballet teacher Saturday mornings. It seemed like a pretty easy goal to attain, and at a very young age, I was set with that as my future. However, in 8th grade, I went on a 2-week trip to the East Coast and fell in love with all the history there. And I decided the moment that I walked into the National Museum of American History that I was going to major in history and be a curator at the Smithsonian Institution. As I went into high school and now into college, my dream has remained the same, but it's changed a bit. A few years ago, I went to D.C. again, and I was invited back to be a nanny for the summer. And I learned a few things about myself while I was there and made a few contributions to this big dream I had to live in the city. While I was there, I watched the kids in the evenings at my days exploring and decided that I could never live in Washington, D.C. The weather was extremely irritating. In the summer, it is 100 degrees with about 80% humidity, and you walk out extremely sticky. And I knew that I could never call this place my home. And I was depressed because I was like, never going to live here, never going to work here, I'm not going to do what I wanted to do, and I had no idea what I was going to do. But I learned something else, that I didn't have to keep my goals in one spot. I could work anywhere, because history is all over the place. So I looked for some places here in California and found many beautiful museums here and decided that I could work wherever I wanted and be in an environment that was a lot more pleasant and be around people that I loved. So, and I also realized something else while I was in D.C., that I work very well with children. So I decided to bring the two together and work at a museum that caters to children. Right now I volunteer with the La Habra Children's Museum, and I decided to work maybe at a museum of a little bit of a larger scale. But if I don't work at a museum with children, I would like to develop programs that cater to them. Because I knew as a child I hated history, I hated museums, and I hate for kids to grow up with that mentality because you can enjoy history at any age. So my dreams, they remain the same, but I feel like they've matured a little bit. And curators, they're much like teachers, so I like to think I had it right all along. I just needed to grow up a little.